Well, there we go. Um, okay, welcome to the personal productivity team sync. I'm gonna skip the roadmap review thing and go straight into latest research because Amelia has a point there. Do you wanna take us away, Amelia?
Sure, sure. So we finished up our solution validation study with the homepage prototype last week. I added in a link to the kind of key findings summary. Overall, people responded pretty favorably to it, but there was a difference in how well it fit into people's workflow. In particular, people who do any kind of development work liked it a lot more than people who did any kind of like site architecture work. They still had to navigate elsewhere to do their work, but they also have to navigate elsewhere now. And that also, we found out that really nobody uses their homepage as a homepage right now. They get kind of dumped on the project list right now and then immediately navigate away. So that was good to know. That was kind of what we thought, what we assumed was happening, but now we have a lot more evidence that that's the case. So there's more information in the links, and we're going to plan some updates to the prototype based on what we heard. And then we're going to take the updated prototype into a diary study phase in a milestone or two. So that's where that is at. And if you have any questions, let me know. But thanks also for all the work on the prototype. That was super helpful to be able to actually have a real prototype to use. Thank you very much. Austin, and send it over to you.
Yeah, mine's far less exciting than that, but I've been just running some small usability tests to get some feedback on the design concept I have around our UI layout. And initial feedback that I was getting in a couple of tests were rather positive, but they're also showing me where some of the cracks in my facade were. So I'm going to go back and rethink a few things. Um, but this kind of like dovetails a little bit into the active project updates. So I'll just slide over there and talk about it too, unless someone wants to circle back to that. You may have noticed that the search bar moved under a feature flag for GitLab team members as of like, I think either last night or this morning. Global Search is on board with just scrapping that experiment that's ongoing. And I'm going to be working with Tomas to potentially take some of those design concepts that I've been working on now, see if we can start putting together a POC to see if we could bring some ideas into like GDK or something to get a feel for what it could look like. And so, yeah, I wouldn't expect that search button to remain where it is for much longer. It should probably go back to the sidebar pretty soon. All this is like new information within like the last like 24 hours. So I don't
Is
have like a ton of details.
is that the right link, Austin?
For which one?
It seems unrelated. The one you put for drop the current experiment that moved the search bar. It links to a
Oh, yes,
yes.
that's the wrong one. Thank you.
It's okay. I was just a little confused
Uh,
for a second there.
it's like one of the problems where like, I think I copied the link and then it copied the wrong link.
That's like 20% of my day. I wouldn't go as high as
Yeah,
80.
yeah. Let me find the correct one for you. But basically, Ben posted a comment in the feedback issue and said, "Hey, we're gonna not do this anymore." So let me update that link. All right. Okay, that seems right. So he said that, in my opinion, best next steps here are to scrap the experiment entirely and leverage outcomes from collaboration between Austin and Tomas for potentially a longer term solution.
Cool.
And yeah, alongside that, I've been doing some, I guess I'll call it a side project. I'm trying to get more proficient, let's call it, with like Claude and Duo. And I've just chosen the search and command palette as like my thing that I'll target to make changes to. So I made one that merged already. I think one that maybe Paula brought up too, which was that like when you would mouse over an item in the middle, it would show you like this overlay text that looks like you should press the enter button and it would take you to that thing, except it wouldn't. It would go off of whatever the focus was on. So that's in review to be fixed. And then I'm pretty sure a limitation of that search modal is like it only indexes on things that you're a member of. So I have like another one in draft, just like to update the title to be, instead of just saying projects, it says projects I'm a member of, because that's what the list is actually showing you. And it could circumvent that question of why can't I find the Inkscape project? It's like, well, you're not a member of it. So that's why it doesn't show up here. But it does show up on the advanced search page. So not perfect, but at least clarifying what's there. If any of those things are interesting to you or you have other ideas, let me know, because I'm trying to get better.
You mentioned getting more familiar with Claude and GeoChat. Is that using them to help you make these changes, or is that about trying to integrate them into what we do?
No, using them. Yep.
How have you found that?
Um, I've learned a lot about how to get them to be helpful. For example, like I was learning when I often run into problems where I'm like, I don't know how to solve this fix for a spec. Like I don't really know what to do. But if I upload the files that I have locally, so let's say I upload the view file and the corresponding spec file, and then I give it the error from the jest test that I ran, it's pretty good at telling me like what I need to fix. And that really speeds things up for me in that sense. And I often have a hard time with like syntax. Like I know what I want to do, but I don't know what the syntax is. And sometimes that works well with Duo because I'm just like, hey, this is like what I want to do, but like this is garbage syntax. Help me fix it. Like, how do I put the escape character in so I can put the apostrophe in this? I don't know what to do. And those little things help. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's frustrating, but I feel like as long as I like go very slow and piece by piece, that works out better. But these are probably things that you all are already familiar with and know how to do. But for me, I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff. So not entirely sure, but I've been surprised how far I've been able to take things that I definitely could have done before. Like even my POC I did last milestone around like the to-do list of being able to add more interactions around like the filter bar or being able to hide or show things or fixing pieces of the page on scroll. That's not stuff that I could have figured out without Claude and Duo's help. So it's definitely given me more flexibility in how I present ideas as opposed to feeling I have to like mock everything up in Figma. So that's been kind of cool.
No, it's really cool. That's a great use case story, right? Like I don't know how far you've shared that, but like we are looking for good use cases of Duo, and I think this is probably the most compelling one I've heard internally, right? Like, uh, like you said, it enabled you to just do something without getting bogged down in the how, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I find the interaction for including files a little complex with Duo. I feel like Claude's a little better about giving me instructions, but I'll give it some time. But yeah, I'm trying to participate in all the studies that are around Duo too.
Oh, good. Good, good.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm also helping Amelia with changes that we can make to the navigation sidebar to make space to insert the new homepage in however form or fashion that might present itself when we're ready to do so, just to resolve that decision point. Cool. Discussion topics. Sam.
Two have the first one. It's related to what Amelia was saying with the the homepage prototype. Do we need to make any specific changes to the homepage so that it's ready for the diary studies? Like, do we have that list of changes?
We don't. Yeah, I just finished the research Tuesday, so I'm not sure what we should update yet.
Okay.
So originally, when I had chatted with Jeff last week, we were talking about doing the diary study in 18.1.
Mhm.
And then I noticed in his latest update from last week, he said 18.2. So I'm not sure if we're doing it, how soon we're doing it. We may have to do, or if we are running the diary study in 18.1, then yeah, we would need to do some updates to the prototype, but it looks like it might have been pushed out from Jeff's latest update. So
Okay.
it depends upon how soon he wants to do it. I was assuming that we were going to make changes to the prototype, but I don't have the full list of those ready yet. Hopefully
Okay.
I can get some together by next week.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to plan the 18.0 milestone, which obviously starts on Monday. So like
Yeah,
we're cutting it fine there. But what we can do, we can put things in, and then if we need to pivot, we can pivot, right? So
right.
um, I'll just
I
say
guess,
potential changes, and then we can figure out what they are and go from there, right?
yeah. I mean, I guess it's probably a good idea to put in like an issue for making updates, and we may need to do additional updates beyond that, but I'm sure he'll have something ready and soon that we can try out.
Okay. Okay. Can you share that with me directly when you do get it? Because otherwise I'm gonna miss it and then it'll be like days after and
Absolutely. Yeah.
perfect. Thank you. Cool. Anything else anyone wants to discuss or share or we'll just those two things really. Cool. Well, then I will give you all 15 minutes back and wish you all a happy Thursday. Take care, everyone.